Welcome to this virtual classroom. My name is EDM121, and I'll be your facilitator for EDM121 Introduction to Organization of Schools in Nigeria. Organization of Schools in Nigeria. Today I'll be teaching you study session 1, which is Concepts of School and Education. Concepts of School and Education. When you are studying this session, you should be able to define school. You should also be able to describe the different types of schooling, explain the purpose of school, state the features of a school, and define education. Now to the concept of school. The school is an important instrument for transmitting the culture of society and promoting societal change. School is referred to as a social unit with design structure within a micro community. It has design structure. This means that it is an integral part of the subset of the society. It is also a planned institution where teaching and learning takes place. A school is a place where structured and organized teaching and learning are carried out. It is important to note that the school is established for the purpose of education and training and can also be regarded as an instrument or tool used for transmitting the culture of society. That was the definition given by APAM 2015. According to Double 2015, the school is a forum for learning where all the stakeholders come together to achieve a common purpose. This common goal is knowledge production, which helps this individual to be independent and contribute to society. However, schools are founded based on the laws of the society because they operate within a geographical location and environment and have boundaries. It means that you cannot start a school and begin to operate the way you like because every school operates within a society with a geographical location. And so, whatever the school does must be in tandem with the goals, with the structure, with the plans of education for that particular location. So from all the descriptions of the school so far, you will agree with me that the school is a formal organization where all resources, that is physical, human, and financial, are judiciously used and guided by administrative principles, rules, and regulations. So now to the concept of schooling. Schooling refers to the process of teaching and learning under the guide of a teacher. Take note. It refers to the process of schooling under the guide, teaching and learning rather, under the guide of a teacher. The relationship between the teacher and the learner is important. It's an important aspect of schooling because the bulk of the activities that go on within the school is relationship based. So if there is no cordial relationship between the teacher and the learner, schooling cannot be effective. So schooling is considered all efforts and materials put in place to support the teachers and the learners during the teaching learning process. Based on the foregoing, you are currently undergoing the process of schooling. What you are doing now, because I am here teaching, you are there listening. What you are doing is called schooling. Now to the types of schooling, we have to look at the types of schooling. There are basically 3 types of schooling. We have the formal schooling, we have the informal schooling, and the non-formal schooling. So we look at each of them. The formal schooling. The formal schooling, this is a classroom-based structure of teaching and learning. The formal schooling involves what it is a classroom-based structure of teaching and learning. And under the formal schooling, we have the preschool, we have the primary school, we have the secondary school, and we have the higher institution. The preschool is this is where children from ages 0 to 5 are taught before they proceed to the primary school. Children ages 0 to 5 are taught before they proceed to primary school, and it is also called early childhood education. And note, the preschool is also an important aspect of the basic education. While primary education is for children between ages 6 to 12. It is for children ages 6 to 12. And this is the foundation of formal education. And the success of every other level of education depends on it. So it must be taken seriously by every society. And it's also this primary education can also be divided into the lower primary, which is primary 1 to 3, and the upper primary, which is primary 4 to 6. The secondary education consists of the junior secondary education and the senior secondary education. I want you to note that the junior secondary education and the primary education constitute what we know as the basic education, which is the 9 years of compulsory basic education, in addition to 1 year of compulsory preschool. So secondary education is 6 years, and for effectiveness at the secondary level, primary and secondary education, it is recommended that the teacher-pupil ratio at secondary level is 1 to 35. 1 to 35. The higher institution refers to the primary education of post-secondary institution that provides formal education for people to prepare them for useful, to prepare for functional life in the society, so that people can contribute effectively to national development and usefulness in the society. And higher education is provided as colleges of education, polytechnics, and universities. Colleges of education, polytechnics, and universities. Informal schooling provides the opportunity for interaction without formal structure and can go on in one's life on a daily basis. Informal education occurs every day of our life as we meet with new things, learn from the elders, learn from churches, learn from mosques, learn from even traditional worshippers. What we encounter is called the informal education, while the non-formal education, in non-formal education, there is no laid down principle. There are no laid down principles and duration. It is of diverse ages and sometimes no process of certification. Examples include nomadic education and adult and non-adult literacy programs. The bottom line is that in most of these programs, the goal is not certification. What is the purpose of schooling? We want to look at the purpose of schooling. The school's major function is education and socialization of the individual. The purpose of school in the society includes intellectual development, economic development, cultural and social development, political development, and historical development. So, education, people go to school to develop intellectually. You also go to school to acquire skills that can make them contribute to economic development, while also schools help people to preserve the culture of the society and pass it on to the upcoming generation. And also for political development, the school create political awareness and help people to acquire basic education they need to participate in political activities. And education also helps to preserve historical facts about the society and pass it on to the next generation. What are the fundamental features of a school? Number one, there is age specification. In a formal school, education follows chronological age chronology, meaning, like I did explain, we have the preschool, which is for children between 0 to 5, primary, so and so on. So it is structured in according to age chronology. Teachers' involvement. Teachers play a very important role in schooling. If there is no schooling, if there is no teacher, schooling cannot be effective. The presence of learner is important. There cannot be teaching and learning without the learner. So teaching and learning cannot take place without the learner. There's also compulsory attendance because it forms part of the continuous assessment. This is for continuous assessment. There's also the obligatory curriculum, and this is usually provided by the government or the agency of the government. There's also classroom environment. Teaching and learning in formal schooling, in formal school, takes place within the four walls of a school. There is also organized timetables. Teaching and learning does not take place without a structure for which it has to take place, which is a timetable. There's also location. There must be location. While in non-formal and informal education, the location may not be so important. But in formal structure, there has to be location because pupils and our students have to have an agreed place, and even the teacher, where they meet to learn. There's also specialized staffing. In formal schooling, there is specialized staffing where people who teach and carry out other administrative works are specialists. There is a mathematics teacher, English teacher, there are clerical staff, and so on and so forth. There are also specialized resources, which are teaching aids, equipment, office staff, office chairs and tables, and other multimedia equipment that can be used for teaching. Even laboratories are also resources used in teaching and learning. So, education. We want to look at education. Education refers to the process of learning and acquiring new knowledge, skills, values, attitudes, abilities, and competencies for self-development. It is a developmental process that promotes innate abilities and potentials of individuals in a way to achieve intentions and contribute to the society. The National Policy on Education, that is the 2013 edition, describes education as an instrument for national development and social change. Institutions for education include the school, the home, church, mosque, and the community. We want to differentiate between education and school, and we'll be doing differentiate between these concepts on the basis of purpose specification, knowledge specification, time specification, location specification, and program specification. Education develops in individuals a wider perspective and outlook to life. On the other hand, the school prepares the individual for life through inculcation of basic skills, which centers on reading, writing, and numeracy. On knowledge specification, education increases knowledge that helps it to shape individuals' opinion. On the other hand, the school gives knowledge to navigate life. On time specification, education is a lifelong process which starts from birth to death. There's no end to learning. On the other hand, the school is time-bound as teachers and learners stay for a prescribed time for learning to take place. And by knowledge specification, education can take place anywhere and at any time in both structured and unstructured environment. While school operates in a specific place with structured teaching and design outcome, and by program specification, education relates to a broad range of life experiences with the purpose of helping people to deal with life challenges, while the school has a limited range of experiences controlled by a sequence of curriculum which provide learners with desirable abilities for achieving learning goals. I'd like you to assess yourself based on the learning outcomes stated before at the beginning of this class. Now that you have completed this study session, you can assess yourself how well you have achieved these learning outcomes by answering the following question. 1.1, what do you understand by the term school? 1.2, list and explain the types of schooling. 1.3, highlight and explain the purpose of schooling. 1.4, list and explain the features of the school. 1.5, list with the use of the table. Identify the basic differences between education and schooling. In this study session, that's study session 1, you have learned that the school is a planned institution where teaching and learning takes place, and it is a tool for transmitting the culture of the society from one generation to another. You have also learned the different types of schooling, which are formal schooling, which comprises the pre-primary, primary, the secondary, and post-primary schools, the informal school, and non-formal schooling. You have learned the purpose of schooling, which is to educate the individuals, support their socialization process, and help them to build good character, inculcate the right values and attitudes, and provide knowledge and experiences needed for them to survive and contribute to the society. You have also learned the features of the school, which includes age specification, teacher involvement, learners involvement, compulsory attendance, obligatory curriculum, classroom environment, organized timetable, location, specified staff, and specialized resources. We have also learned that education is the process of learning and acquiring knowledge, skills, values, attitudes, abilities, and competencies for self-development, and can be differentiated based on purpose, knowledge, time, location, and program specification. I'd like you to do further reading. We are going to learn the lesson, but I would like that you do further reading by going to the link on your screen, copy the link, and do further reading. And I hope that you have enjoyed this study session. I hope to see you in next class. Thank you for listening.